What?
So here with Robin, Scanner, just done an absolutely stunning set here at Modular Meets Leeds. Just wanted a quick look at the rundown, the rig, have a bit of a rundown, your approaches. I know it's very improvisational. Yeah, I guess what's first in terms of your patching, how you approach today?
The decision I made was to start with a voice, just a voice, and I thought it was a good way to make people listen. And it's a voice saying, "Listen to me."
It definitely got everyone's attention.
Yeah, and I think it works when you use something very quiet. People quieten down because they think somebody's talking to them, so they better quieten down to listen.
Yeah, of course.
And it's a way of seducing them. And I had an idea at that point just to go into this kind of Terry Riley-inspired arpeggio, and then I wasn't sure where to go from there. So I thought, do I carry on rhythmically? Do I take it right down? This, as you just said, is a very improvisationary kind of setup. What I have is a series of modules that allow me great flexibility. The clock is something I can constantly change. There's one clock, which is the Batumi and the Erica Synths Random. And they're connected to each other, and they send their clocks out. And during the set, I'm playing with everything. I'm moving these faders up and down. This is like a clock divider, so these are changing. The cubic contour, I literally keep unpatched for the set and then just drop it in on the samples and sounds when I think, okay, I want to try and like run some envelopes and slow it down, speed it up, let them pulse a bit. So I can do things very rhythmically, I can keep them very tight, I can keep them very abstract. The Mangrove filter and the VCO are a very kind of gnarly, gritty, dirty thing that do some extraordinary things. I didn't use them to their full extent, but you can go through all kinds of harmonizing, wave filtering kind of effects. We have Erica Synth drums, which are very tight, very simple, very, very efficient.
Yeah, they're great.
And they make noise pressure points is allowing me to add and subtract different drums, allowing me to trigger them. And one of the drums is going through the expert sleepers, which is allowing me, I'm using one of the algorithms, which allows me to put basically an old-fashioned kind of delay echo. So it goes dum, 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 dum. That make noise roses for those points where I think, goodness, I have no idea where to go now. I better try and have a listen to something up. So I use that live and see what happens. All gets mixed down to Erica Fusion mixer here. Drums also run through the effects. The mixer is great. It's a very warm, very analog feeling mixer, actually.
Yeah.
It kind of distorts to a certain level, which is a very engaging, but not a dirty distortion, like a very warm, organic distortion. Some sounds come off here, which is the Wave by Qubit again. One of those modules that some people said, oh, it's just too big. It won't fit in my case. But actually, as you see in a performance case, your fingers are squeezing to get in here. But over here, you've got lots of space.
It becomes very playable.
It's very usable, yeah.
Safe as well. I think
exactly.
When you get in to move knobs and you potentially move a tuning knob or a filter,
absolutely.
There's no worry of knocking anything.
No, and on here I have things like radio sounds, percussion, all kinds of things. And live, I'm just going like on the radio going, and just sort of playing with pitch and these kind of things. And at certain points, I just suddenly go, oh, let me just take a random clock. I'll put that in there. Let me take another random here, and I'll see what goes. And it starts triggering things at different points. But often they're clocked to a main, so they kind of hold together, but then you're not sure they're holding together or not until you go around a whole cycle and you suddenly think, oh, they're still in time.
Yeah.
So it's a very free-form setup, and it takes me to a place I don't know where it's going to end up, which as a performer, it's rewarding for me at least. It's engaging. I like the risk. I like not knowing where it's going to actually lead to.
Yeah.
And I like the tension because there's a sense I feel that when an audience listens to work like this and sees it, they also sense that maybe this isn't all pre-planned. This is actually happening.
There's an element of work. They feel like you're working to deliver.
And I'm standing there thinking, where on earth do I go to next? What shall I do next? Where shall it go? How shall it end? Should it end rhythmically? Should it come right down tonally? And tonight just ended as it needed to end. I looked at the clock and thought, actually, this seems like a perfect way to make the music.
Well, it allows you to read the room as well.
Yeah, that's just it, yeah.
Should you have felt another 5 minutes needed, 5 less?
Yeah, and I could, if I wanted to, go into very pulsing, very rhythmic stuff, or very abstract. It's a very flexible setup, so I'm happy with it.
Excellent. For people wanting to find out more, as we said, the video will be live from the performance. Anywhere people should go and find your stuff? Where would you point people to?
Online Bandcamp, you can find me very easily, or scanner.com, the website.
Yep.
There's a thing called Facebook, which has proven quite popular with young people today, or even older people. You can find me at all kinds of places.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.